let's go ahead, I think, and get started. I'm going to have Anarita Aprea from the Director of Sales and Marketing from Casa Angelina. So Anarita, I'm going to let you go ahead and take over and
Thanks.
share your screen.
So thank you, Tracy, and hello everyone from beautiful Amalfi Coast. I just want to say that we've been badly missing our American guests last year, so it was not summer in Italy, I can tell you, without Americans. And hopefully, as Tracy was mentioning earlier, we will be able to welcome you, to start welcoming you back this season. This presentation I will run through to you now is mainly to highlight all the additions and renovations that we've done last year. It was actually one of the years after the opening of the hotel in 2005 when we've done major investments, about 2.5 million euros. So of course we did not know about what was going to happen with the pandemic, with COVID, but it was also important because you know, in these circumstances, to keep the property always fresh and always enhanced gives us some more reasons to be proud of. Now, for those of you that may be familiar with the Amalfi Coast, a little bit more or less, I mean, I just wanted to briefly explain to you where Casa Angelina is on the Amalfi Coast. We are in a small village called Praiano. Praiano is only around the bend from Positano. It's right at the heart of the Amalfi Coast. It's more charming, more authentic. It's a little village. Everyone is more familiar with the towns of Positano and Amalfi, but over the last few years, and especially I think now after this post-COVID pandemic, there is a lot of demand to be a little bit further away from the crowds, and a little village like Praiano, I'm sure that will meet the expectations of those that want to be far from the crowds, but still close to the action. So Positano is only 8 kilometers away. We run a shuttle that goes from 9 in the morning until 11 in the evening, which is very convenient, 10 minutes, and our clients are in Positano. And then when they come back, it's like an oasis of peace and quiet. However, it's important to also to highlight that the hotel is not remotely located. I mean, we are right in the center of the little village. As you can see, there is a shortcut from the back of the hotel, which allows you through a flight of about 70-80 steps to go into Praiano, where you find a few very local restaurants, nothing too fancy, you know, like pizzeria, trattoria on the beach. And this is where normally our guests like to spend at least one evening out of their stay. For those wishing to rent a car from the airport, we normally do not recommend, because if you are not an expert driver, the winding roads of the Amalfi Coast sometimes can be challenging. But still, if anyone wants to rent, for instance, a convertible car or any other car from the Capodichino airport, then always remember that we offer complimentary valet parking facilities, which are very rare to find in our region. So this is another important unique selling point. But I'm sure that, as you can see from this picture, it's the landscape around, the views, the fact that you have an unobstructed view of 180 degrees over Positano, over the entire bay, which makes the location of Casa Angelina really uncomparable. Not even in Positano you have those amazing views. And the nice thing about the configuration of the building is the fact that everywhere on property you have sea views. I mean, we have no facilities, we have no rooms overlooking the cliff or the back of the hotel. Normally guests coming to the Amalfi Coast come also for the views. So the fact that you can enjoy always, wherever you are on property, you can enjoy view makes a difference. what makes Casa Angelina so unique and differentiates us from the many beautiful and iconic properties that we have in our neighborhood is for sure the concept of luxury. Something that when we introduced it in 2005 seemed to be, you know, quite outrageous. How would you open a more contemporary, a relaxed, understated chic property on the Amalfi Coast where everything is more ornate, more baroque, more opulent. But over the years, we have found that this type of concept, this luxury vision, you know, has conquered the hearts of so many guests. And not necessarily you have to be fond of design and contemporary architecture to love this, because it's very refreshing. This is the reason why we call it home, like casa. Casa in Italian stands for home, because the idea of the founder, Mr. Cappiello, in 2005, was really to create like the contemporary home of a millionaire friend on the coast, with, of course, all the very high levels of services that you would expect from a property like this. And so what we've tried to do over the years, and last year in particular, when all the enhancement took place, was to try and be consistent and give to Casa Angelina an identity which you know, reinforces more and more the original concept. And this is reflected in the design, architecture, in the food and beverage outlets, and the entire lifestyle. It's a breath of fresh air, as I normally like to say. As soon as you step in the property, it's very soothing. There is this white on white color scheme, which is interspersed by these beautiful Murano art pieces, which gives a nice touch of color. And everywhere in the building, you find these nice and bright windows. The ideas of the architect was, in fact, to frame the beautiful surroundings and make sure that your attention was focused towards the outside. So even if you are jet lagged, you are tired, you know, feedback that we get from guests is like, it takes you half an hour really to find this kind of calming vibe. With the rooms now, we in the main property of the hotel, we now have 38 rooms, because what we did in 2020, and now I'm going to show you, was to reduce the number of the total inventory to try and get larger accommodations, following the feedback that many of our US guests were telling us. So the 38 rooms that we have in the main property, as you can see, are broken down into 8 different categories. In terms of design, in terms of furniture, fittings, they are all very similar to each other, but the main difference between one to the other is given by the outdoor space. You can have a railing balcony, like with the romantic rooms with the chaise longue, going to the relaxing rooms where the outdoor space is larger. Balcony, in fact, also hosts as space enough for sunbeds. And the higher we go with the category, like with the Grand Deluxe, the Junior Suites, the higher and the larger also the terraces are. But as you can see, even the entry-level rooms, we call them classic rooms, or even better, the classic rooms, the canopy rooms, they feature a nice and large airy windows with lateral sea view over the bay. So there is no rooms overlooking the cliff. This is the new accommodations that we have created. Basically, we have merged together two sets of entry-level rooms and made these two deluxe corner sea view rooms, which they want to be like almost like an apartment on the in the hotel premises, around 55 square meters. You have the living room area with the bedroom. Both have a window, a balcony. The bathroom is also nice and spacious. Finally, this was really to satisfy the demand of a lot of clients asking for walk-in showers. And we also got enough space to create a walk-in closet, which ladies very much appreciate. And, you know, last but not least, we wanted to add a little touch of color to the white on white palette. And so this little hue of turquoise was, I think, something new, something that we wanted to introduce. And I think it's nice, gives a nice touch of color. Now, should you have any guests that are looking at a completely different type of accommodation, almost like having your own little cottage in the cliffs on the beach level, secluded in the nature of the Amalfi Coast, then remember that we have 4 rooms, which used to be fishermen homes. They are dislocated from the main building of the hotel, and they can be reached by elevator. I'm going to show you from here. So the main property is here. The elevator from the hotel reaches more than halfway down. Unfortunately, due to UNESCO restrictions, we couldn't go all the way down, but then there is a pathway in the nature with around 200 steps to reach what we call Odyssey rooms. Going back to these rooms, as you can see here, it's 4 of them, one adjoining the other. At the very end, we have what we call Ulysses Club Lounge with a butler service available, and it's really where guests can enjoy breakfast in the morning, light meals during the day, because normally people that stay in these rooms, they want to experience the total, you know, they don't want to go all the way up and down to the hotel. They want to be there, and even the meals, they like to take them there. The beach, we do not have our own beach for the moment, La Gavitella Beach, which is a very picturesque beach in Praiano, where you have the sun hitting from 9 in the morning until 8 in the evening, is where we have a dedicated area for our guests. They can enjoy all the facilities, including sunbeds, umbrellas. We give our beautiful Etro towels, water, and there is a snack bar available down there. So in case anyone wants to have a drink or a snack, they don't need to pay. The payment can be done directly to the room, so there is no problem about this. And there is also a little pier, and from this pier you can get a water taxi, or you can get our Casa Angelina boat or other type of boats. And I'm sure you know that it's very popular on the Amalfi Coast to get boat trips. There is so many little caves, little you know, restaurants that you can only access if you are on the water. And to those guests staying in the rooms on the beach level, so only to those guests, we offer a return water taxi ride to Positano. This means that they don't need to go all the way up to get the shuttle to Positano, but they can directly hop on a water taxi from the beach level, and in 8-10 minutes go arrive in Positano on the Spiaggia Grande, and maybe if they want, they can take the shuttle back. So this is another, this is something that is also very appreciated by guests that stay in these rooms. Going back now to the main property, I'm sure that this picture of the outdoor pool with our beautiful lemon pergola, you know, makes you dream about the Amalfi Coast. It's normally what we all imagine when we think about this part of the world. And I can tell you that this is not just the most Instagrammable spot at the hotel, but it's also my own favorite spot. It's so beautiful, especially very early in the morning when it's so hot. You can inhale the zesty fragrance from these nice Amalfi lemons, the sea breeze. It's really something that stays in your heart and your soul. And this is where our guests like to chill out 2 or 3 hours during the day. Casa Angelina is an adult-only property. We welcome children from 12 years of age, and it's ideal for honeymooners. I have to say that mainly 70-80% of our guests, they are couples. There's a lot of young millennial couples coming for special romantic getaways. So it's definitely to be considered for even 2-3 nights, but someone that wants to really unwind and relax and wants to have some romance. Last year, one of the additions we have done, it's the redesign. We have redesigned the outdoor space around the pool that used to be a bar, like a snack bar facility, and now it has been converted into what we call the seascape casual all-day dining. There was a lot of demand from especially a lot of American clients for a different option to the fine dining, something more relaxed, more laid back, but still, you know, where you can have nice territorial, delicious territorial cuisine, like spaghetti with vongole, like the salted salted crusted fish, and this is open from 11 in the morning until midnight. The menu changes twice during the day, and you can have a proper meal still in a relaxed and casual atmosphere with these amazing views. So this was something that guests really appreciated last year. Also because indoor, we have created like a living room of a home with this beautiful Molteni kitchen. You have a chef's table. There is a possibility also to interact with the chef. A small highlight on the team. If you come, as I hope one day, to visit us, you will definitely meet Giovanni with his 15 shades of white on one of the corridors. He's the hotel painter. Every single day goes into each room, making sure that everything is immaculate and pristine. And we have a team of in total 95 staff members. And this really tells you how much effort we put into making sure that everything is, you know, everything is perfect. Everything is, we try to anticipate our guests' needs, especially because they're mainly young couples, but sometimes, you know better than I do, that they can be even more difficult to, you know, to satisfy. You need to anticipate and prevent their needs. Un piano nel cielo, which in Italian means a story in the sky, is the fine dining restaurant of the hotel. And this is where Leopoldo, who is our young, talented executive chef, he expresses his cuisine in a more gourmet, in a more sophisticated way. This year we have received a very good review on the Michelin Guide, and hopefully this makes us hope for the first Michelin star next year. But in any case, it's the entire experience at Un Piano nel Cielo which makes this dining moment very, very unique. You can see how beautiful it is to dine on the terrace. You have Positano all lit up in the distance. It's I tell you, I've been on property now for many years, more than 10 years, and it's always breathtaking. Every time I go up in the evening, you have these floating tables, which are amazing. Casa Angelina has always been very well known also for our extensive buffet breakfast, including pasta in the morning, served at Un Piano nel Cielo. Last year, of course, we had to adapt ourselves to the COVID protocol, so we have tried to reimagine with the chef our breakfast, which is served at the table, but still there's a large variety of anything you could imagine, the most iconic pieces from the buffet as well. Last but not least, major enhancements were done to the rooftop terrace, which has become like an area, a very exclusive area of the hotel that we only reserve on a private use. Private use for us also means only 2 people. It's very popular, in fact, for private dinners, for private romantic dinners. A lot of non-resident guests also book it a lot for, I don't know, wedding proposals, any special occasions, up to 20-25 people. It's made of 2 different levels. Here now I'm showing you the bottom level, where you have another Molteni kitchen, which is a very bespoke French brand. With they do this luxury cuisine stoves around the chef's needs, and it's where the chef meets the guests. He explains the produce that he has available on that specific evening, and he caters, like he curates a one-to-one menu for them, which is served at the top level of the rooftop. This is the glass elevator, brand new, which takes you from the ground floor all the way up. And with the lemon pergola, it's my second favorite place at the hotel. I mean, once you get, the higher you go, the more you feel like you were going halfway to heaven. It's something that it's really nice. And the Positano is right there. And this is where the chef with some dedicated waiters, they serve the dinner. So it's really what we call the private live show cooking dining experience. Very, very popular, as I said, also for non-resident guests. The lobby area has been redesigned as well. The bar, which was formerly where now the casual restaurant was, is now in the center. So it's like more interactive. We've made it like into like a lounge. There is a nice Ursuline library as well. And so our lifestyle, our refined elegance, you know, sometimes simplicity is even more difficult to achieve. It's reflected also in the new boutique corner that we have created. There was a lot of demand for buying the hotel uniform, for buying our Casa Angelina fragrance. So we said, okay, let's have a place on property where we can display all this. And this is also new. Finally, our guests can reach directly the wellness area and the fitness area where the indoor pool is and the sauna is, directly from their rooms. It took us more than 3 months last winter to dig into the cliffs and make the access to this corridor that you see here on the left. So from the bedrooms, guests can access without feeling without having to go to the lobby area with the bathrobes. They can join the fitness area very comfortably. And in the morning, we have introduced on the garden terrace, which is positioned between the beach level and the main property, yoga, Pilates, meditation classes. And I tell you, this is the right place to do it, because in the morning especially, you can just breathe in the sea and meditate and or do your private lessons in full tranquility. So I hope that with these presentations, I managed to give you a short journey through what Casa Angelina is, which is in fact, as many guests write to us, it's a little slice of heaven. For me, it's like a baby, because I've seen it growing over the years. So now we are very eager to be able and show all these new additions that we've made. We are a virtuoso property. So of course, for those of you that are virtuoso agencies, you will have all the benefits. We are part of members of small luxury hotels of the world, so you can also book us via the GDS. But in any case, we have someone that flies very high, our Casa Angelina flag in United States, and this is Tracy since many years now. So even if you may book us to the GDS, please send Tracy or myself a note, and we shall make sure that we can assign the best rooms or upgrade when this is available, and make sure that your clients are very well taken care of. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Anarita. There is one question, and then I'll open it up to any other questions. Jane Scott asked if you could, I know that you already talked about how to get down to Odyssey and the Beach Club, but if you could go over that again.
Yes,
I'd appreciate it.
I will. So if you don't mind, I will share the screen again like this. I can show you the slide properly and explain the logistics better. They are dislocated from the main building of the hotel. This is the main property, so this is Casa Angelina up here. From the main property, you can take the elevator that takes you, let's say, a little bit more than halfway down, more or less to this level here. And then you find a pathway in the nature with around 200 steps. It's not very steep, but there are steps, so it's important that you know and you share this with your clients. And through these steps, you get to the rooms that are here with my cursor. And this is exactly where they are. So you can see that they are properly into the cliff. That's why also you have the rock wall, and this is also why we keep them open from mid-May until mid-September, because the weather conditions need to be really good. So basically, Jane, it's the same way that you reach the Odyssey rooms. There is then another little flight of steps, about 50, 60 steps, and you are on the beach level. Now, unfortunately, on the Amalfi Coast, as you may know, we do not have sandy beaches. It's rocky, and this is there's a platform. So there is a nice ladder as well as some pebbles. So, but it's easy to just to plunge into the water.
Another question. Celine is an ensemble member and asked what DMCs we work with.
Okay, so the main ones are Bellagio in Italy here. Then we have Imago Artis, that's another one. Then we work with Classic Vacations there in the US, Italian Journeys, which is based in London but covers the very well the Italian area. This is our main ones. And then if she has I don't know, other names, maybe because we also work with some others. These are the major partners we have.
I asked, do all the rooms have walk-in showers?
No, Sheila. The walk-in showers are only in these two new accommodations called the Deluxe Corner Sea Rooms. They are in the what we call the Junior Suite, which is the headline suite, the best accommodation that Casa Angelina has to offer.
Anne-Marie asked if there are any shops in Praiano.
Yes, there are shops. It's not touristy, so you don't find souvenir shops. You find what the local people shop for in Praiano. So you have delicatessen, you have grocery, you have the pharmacy. There is also a little boutique, a little jewel shop, but nothing. Don't expect to find like what you have in Positano in terms of very touristy shops. It's very local.
One of my favorite things to do when I go there, when I have a chance, is to walk into town. The first time I went, I did this, and I walked into town just about sunset, and I had a glass of wine, and everybody around me was speaking Italian, and all the neighbors were waving and saying hi, and I thought, I feel like I live here. It was such a different experience than being in a busy city with tourists all over the place. But so thank you. Really,
ciao, ciao, everyone.
Okay, Pier Paolo Turetti, who is the general manager for Therasia Resort on Volcano, which is the Aeolian Islands in Sicily. And he is also the co-manager at Botania Relais and Spa in Ischia. So he is going to take you through both of those properties, which are great off-the-radar spots and not very touristy compared to some of the other areas in Italy.
Okay, thank you, Tracy, for the introduction, and hi to everyone, and then thank you for your time today. Okay, this is a new 5-star property on the island of Ischia. I don't know if you have heard where is located the island of Ischia, but I give you just a little brief where we are. Okay. Okay. This is the Botania Relais. It's a new 5-star property. We just rebranding last summer for 2020. And then we are looking to reopen on the 21st of May of this season. Okay, we are in the Gulf of Naples. We are the biggest island of the Gulf of Naples. As you can see from this map, we are more or less 45 minutes far from Naples, 1 hour from Capri, and then it's very close to Procida. Was nominated for 2022 the capital of the culture in Italy. And then during the season, you can consider there are directly hydrofoil from Ischia to the Amalfi Coast. But in any case, we can organize all the transfer service from the airport, from the Napoli train station, or from all the hotel in the Amalfi Coast so to reach the property. Here there are more or less so the schedule, so also the timing and then the distance between our island and then the close Naples and then the Italian Riviera. If you consider there are the hydrofoil connecting straight so to the Amalfi, and then it's a good option so for visit the Amalfi Coast or stay in Capri. There are daily hydrofoil connecting Ischia and Capri as well. But the hydrofoil are all year round, so between Ischia and Naples, and then is very well connected. So if you can consider the last one is at 10 o'clock in the night from Naples, and then the first is at 6:15 in the morning. Ischia, it's quite a big island. It's a 46 square kilometers, and then there are many beautiful places to see, like beautiful sandy beach all around, nice fisherman village, beautiful church, beautiful thermal park as well, or a botanical garden. We organized 2 years ago a nice site inspection with the Tracy at the botanical garden of La Mortella. It's very close to the Botania. It's about 1 kilometer. And then it's an oasis because it's overlooking the sunset of Forio, and then there are thousands of different types of flowers and plants come from everywhere in the world. But on the island, there are beautiful museums, there's a castle, and then it's a nice experience to visit from the top. And then where you are on the top of this castle, there's a beautiful bar with an amazing terrace overlooking overlooking Capri and then the Gulf of Naples as well. And then we move to the Relais. The Relais is an adult-only property. The children are welcome from 12 years old, and then it's not one-bay building. Are 12 villas spread out in 3-hectare park. But in each villas, we have all the facilities of the hotel, like so the rooms, so the bars, the restaurant. But when the people are inside, are surrounded of the nature, a beautiful park. We have an amazing outdoor heated pool. It's about 32 degrees. And then you can see the villas from that side. It's a lot like so typical house from Ischia. We have thousands of different flower plants inside of the property. We have a beautiful organic farm as well. That's the view from the top of our hill. And then we are starting, Tracy, this is a new, we are starting so to create 2 thermal water pool on the top of the hill overlooking the sea. It will be with the view on the Gulf of Naples. We're starting yesterday, and then they will be ready for the beginning of May.
That's great.
Yeah, they will be here on the left of this picture, over here, overlooking the Bay of San Monciano.
Oh, beautiful. Can't wait to see it.
We have a nice amphitheater in the property, yeah, where we organize the concert during the season. And then in total, we have only 50 guest rooms, are breaking down in 8 categories. But you have to consider nice thing of the Botania Relais is the size of the room, because the smallest one is 30 square meters. This is our entry-level room. Up to our top suite is about 85 square meters. For example, this one is the premium room with the terrace overlooking the garden. It's about 35, 37 square meters. And then are all completely renovated in the last 2-3 years. We have a nice master room with a huge terrace and an amazing jacuzzi pool overlooking the garden. Or we have our junior suite with the jacuzzi pool on the rooftop. This room is very particular because on the ground there is this quite big room, and then on the rooftop there is a huge terrace with this private pool overlooking the Gulf of Naples. This is the new suite, junior suite we have created this year. It's quite big, it's 57 square meters. It's the junior suite with the garden view without the jacuzzi pool. And then we have our 2 lavanda suite. That 2 rooms are very particular because they have private garden where the people can stay outside, have a breakfast or relaxing outside. Or in addition, this is the new suite. This is the suite GELSOMINO. Is a 2 double bedroom suite, plus this rooftop overlooking the mountain of Epomeo. It's a quite big room. We can accommodate 4 people as well, because there are 2 separate bathrooms. The last but not least, our Hortensia suite is our top suite. It's a 2 double bedroom suite, plus this nice living room, 2 terrace, and then in one of these terrace, there is a private pool overlooking the Gulf of Naples. It's possible also to see the famous Vesuvio as well from this terrace. In the property, we have 2 restaurants. One is very typical, is the Corbezzolo restaurant, where we serve the breakfast in the morning, and then we serve a lunch and dinner as well. Our buffet breakfast is so nice. It's like a brunch. There is our executive chef Giancarlo is outside and then prepare everything very fresh every moment. So like pancake, omelette, and then fresh juice, fruit juice, so as well too. And then in addition, we have a new vegetarian restaurant. Sorry, I have the old picture of the last year, but we are renovating the new restaurant, the new restaurants. And then inside of the property, we have a beautiful organic farming, where we have the 75% of the production we need in our kitchen. We have two bar. One is called La Grotta, is in an old wine cellar. Is a cave, so it's caved in these particular rocks, and then it's so nice. And then the other one is on the pool, is called the Iris Bar. We have all the night the live music at our bar La Grotta. We have a beautiful spa. We have renovated last year with 2 indoor heated pool, a natural sauna, the gym, and then 4 cabins for the treatment. And then the use of the spa is free of charge for all our guests. And then we organize a yoga class and Pilates class every morning for all our guests free of charge. With the concierge team, it's possible so to organize and then book all the activities and then all the excursions so to discover the island of Ischia, but the closest location like so Procida and then all the other island. And then the nice thing for you is all the activities and then all the excursions are commissionable for you. That's perfect. Okay, and then now we move to the Aeolian Island, and then we are in Sicily. We just coming in the leading hotel of the world since the 1st of January of this year. We was in the past in the small luxury hotel of the world, but after a big investment from the owners, is the same owners of the Botania, and then on several renovation every year. Now we are happy so to inform and then to communicate to all our partners. We are member of leading hotel of the world. We move to the property and then I explain you something about the destination if you are not familiar with that. So we are in the northeast part of Sicily, and then we are exactly on this group of the islands are called Aeolian Island or Lipari Island. And then we are on Vulcano. As you can see from this map, is the first island from the mainland, from the biggest island, Sicily. It's about 45 minutes far, but we can organize the transfer service from everywhere in Sicily or from the airport. But we usually suggest to book to flight into Catania because it's the closest international airport from us. Or break the stay a couple of nights or in the Catania area where there are so nice property like so the Donna Carmela are shown here, or in Taormina, but I think so the Donna Carmela is a good alternative of Taormina as well too. And then we can provide so for pick up all our guests from the Catania, from Donna Carmela, so to reach the island. You have to consider by driving is about 1.5 hours so to Milazzo, and then approximately 50 minutes. To reach Vulcano. As you can see, the islands are heritage of UNESCO. That's the reason why are so natural. This is the island where we are, Vulcano. It's only 21 square kilometers, living there about 1,000 people. That's the reason why the people when arrive there are completely surrounded of the nature. It's a very authentic place. It is not touristic, and then normally it's not overcrowded during the season as well. There are many beautiful beaches around the island, but the nice thing is so to take a boat and then visit and discover the beautiful bay and beach are reachable only by the boat on the island of Vulcano, or just the beach in front of the property is Lipari. That's the beach, it's called the VINCI beach. It's on the island of Lipari, and then it's far from the property, only 800 meters. But it's possible so to work around and then discover the wild nature of the island, visit a nice fisherman village all on the other side of the island, hike the volcano. It's not difficult. We have Tracy, you have done. It's about 45 minutes walking so to reach the top, and then from the top, yeah.
Very not difficult. It took me an hour and a half, but go ahead.
I've done it, and it's amazing to be there.
It is.
Okay. Yeah, and then from the top is incredible the view on all the island, and then from the southest part of the crater is possible so to see the Sicily coast as well. There is a nice saltwater beach. It's close to the town. Here the sea is bubbling, and then close to there is the natural mud bath, and then it's so nice to do the experience there. Is good for the ski. And then we move to the property. As you can see from this picture, we are directly facing the sea. We have only 55 steps so to reach our private beach. Is a rocky beach in the property. And then where is located the property is only the resort. That's the reason why we are in an unbelievable location, because it's the only place from where it's possible to see all the other 6 islands, sunrise and sunset. We have a 4 outdoor pool. One of these 2 pools is heated, and then is with the fresh water, from where it's possible to enjoy the very amazing sunset. And then every night are different. This picture was taken last July, and then it's close to the island of Filicudi. Normally in August, you have to consider is between these 2 islands, and then it's incredible. In addition of that 2 main pool, we have other 2 pools with the seawater, are located on the way to reach our private rocky beach. Is in exclusive use for the hotel guests, and then the guests can order with our app, so from the bar or for also like so the services, and then order the food and the drinks. That's some view from some terrace. This is the island of Lipari. We have a garden house, and then it's like a reading room, and then we use this place for organizing the small wedding as well. We have a beautiful garden where the people can walk around between all these cactus, and then we move to the rooms. The rooms now is the last updated are 70 rooms in total, because we decreased from the 85 rooms to 70 rooms, because we connect 2 rooms and then create more bigger room, and then are breaking down in 9 categories. This is the entry-level room, is the superior room with the lounge patio overlooking the garden. From some of this room on the 3rd floor, it's possible so to see the crater of the volcano. And then we move to the comfort room, is the entry-level room with the sea view, with a nice balcony overlooking the island and then on the sea. And then that's the new room we have created, is the junior suite with the lateral sea view. I'm talking about 45 square meters room, plus a huge terrace with the lateral view on the sea, and then an amazing room. All the material used for the rooms are Sicilian, like so the cotto from Sicily, the ceramics from Caltagirone, and then so the lavic rocks for the bathrooms are so nice. That's the deluxe room with an incredible terrace equipped with the sunbed and overlooking the sea. Obviously, we have some rooms overlooking the sunrise, other room overlooking the sunset. But if we know the lack of the guests, we can provide so to accommodate the best location for them. And then we have the junior suite with a nice balcony overlooking the sea. Now, that's the most of the requested room, is the master room with the sea view and then the private pool with an incredible view on all the island. Here we have the terrace, about 55 square meters terrace. Is a stunning view from that room. And then we have our 3 suite. This is the smallest suite, is the Lipari one, is the Lipari suite. It's called the Lipari suite because from the bed it's possible to see the island of Lipari. And then we have our Stromboli suite. It's quite bigger. It consists in a nice living room with the 2 sofa bed, and then a nice double bedroom with the 2 separate bathrooms. And then that's the Panarea suite. Is the biggest suite we have. Is a 2 double bedroom suite with the 2 separate bathrooms and 3 terraces. In one of these terraces, we have a private area where we serve the breakfast in the morning, and then the dinner as well, if they want so to have a private dinner. But we normally suggest to have the breakfast with us at the restaurant, at the Arcipelago restaurant. Is one of our 4 restaurants, because the buffet breakfast it's very large, because we have 400 different things. We have an angle with all the typical Italian pastries, so, and then another part with all the typical Sicilian pastries. We serve the Sicilian street food as well, so the pasta, pizza too. It's like a brunch. That's this is the second restaurant, is called Grusoni, and then is a very informal restaurant. It's on the pool. It's open all day long, and then we have all the typical Italian dishes, like so the pasta, pizza, grilled dishes, and then it's open during the afternoon as well. And then we have all the snacks, and then all the food for the pool area as well. The new restaurant we opened just last year is called the Tenerumi. It's the first vegetarian restaurant of the Aeolian Island. It's like a picnic, because as you can see from this picture, the people stay sit on the ground of this beautiful pillow, and then it's open only for the dinner with only 5 tables. And then the best moment for start the dinner is at the sunset. We have a 2-set menu with a very young chef, is called Davide Guidara. It's only 25 years old. And then he's continuing traveling so to bring us new recipes and then a new tradition for the vegetarian food. The last but not least is our gourmet restaurant, Il Cappero. It's a Michelin star restaurant with our executive chef Giuseppe Buso. It's an experience, because it's a terrace directly on the sea with only 8 tables. And then here Giuseppe so reinvented all the Sicilian receipts with a very good choice of wine. We have more or less 400 different type of the wine in our wine cellar. That's the area where we organize the wedding, but we have several parts of the property where it's possible so to organize small events, from 2 people so to 120. And then we have 2 bars. One is called the Bar Faraioni, is the lobby bar. It's open all the night from 6 o'clock with the live music. And then the other one is the Russuri. It's the pool bar overlooking the sunset, and then this bar is open all day long. The guests can use our spa free of charge. It consists in our indoor heated pool, sauna, Turkish bath, the gym, and then 4 cabins for the treatment. And then we have a large spa menu, but one of the things not to miss is to have a sunset massage outside in our private area. We have our concierge team as the Botania Relais. All the activities, all the excursions are commissionable for you. And then we have not to forget, so a part of the island, we have other 6 islands to discover, like Lipari. Is only 10 minutes far by boat. It's so nice to visit. There are beautiful museum, nice church, beautiful bay as well. But one activity, one thing is not to miss is go to Stromboli for see the eruption. As you know, so there are 2 active volcanoes in the Mediterranean Sea. The other one is the Etna. Now it's very active, but the Stromboli is active all year round, and then every 12 minutes are the eruption. But the best moment for sea is the sunset. We organize the night boats. The boat stop in front of the mountain, wait the sunset, and they can see the fire. And then we have all the other islands, like so Lipari is famous for the Malvasia, for the sweet wine. And then we have Panarea, is the smallest island. It's so nice to take a boat and move around the Panarea, or visit Filicudi and Alicudi, are the two forest islands and are the two wildest. If you consider on Alicudi living only 80 people, and then there are no road, and then they have to use the donkey, because as you can see from this picture, the village are on the top of this hill, and then there are only steps to move. And then this is the Therasia Resort. We are not Virtuoso, but obviously we extend all the amenities Virtuoso to all the travel agents. But you can drop me an email and then with the tracing copy for any recommendation, and then we can provide to give the best solution and the best accommodation for your guests. Okay. Thank you so much for everyone.
Yeah, I mentioned before that that both are great destinations for those people looking for something a little bit less touristy. Getting to the Aeolian Islands is it will take a while. The trip from the airport to Aeolian Islands is going to end up being about 3 hours, right, Pier Paolo?
More or less, yes, because we are going to consider 1 hour and a half driving to Milazzo and then 50 minutes. But it's depending on the Heidelberg schedule.
We now have Sharon Monaco is the director of sales for Donna Carmela Boutique Resort, which is a beautiful, very unique resort in Sicily. And this is actually a great way to combine Donna Carmela and Therasia. So you can stop, make a stop you fly into Catania, you'll be transported to Donna Carmela, and then spend, say, 3 nights there or 2 nights at Donna Carmela, and you may not want to leave, but when you do, you can then travel on to Therasia.
Okay. So first of all, nice to meet you, all of you. I mean, we started the collaboration with TERRACE. Now it's almost, yes, 1 year that we started. It was great for us this year, despite the situation with the virus, because now we are part of small luxury hotels of the world. Because we are in I mean, we are continuing to improve our service to our guests, and of course with the help of Tracy, we are starting to create a connection with the American guest. So I'll go to share my screen. Okay, perfect. So I'm talking about, well, Donna Carmela Resort and Lodge. We like to say that we provide Sicilian hospitality. First of all, because Donna Carmela, so the owner of Donna Carmela is the family Faro. So they started their business with the nursery. The nursery is Piante Faro. They are the biggest company in Europe that produce Mediterranean tropical plants. These are a little bit the numbers of the company, just to explain so how big is the company. So they have 600 hectares in all over Sicily, 5,000 varieties of plants exporting to 60 countries. So their main focus is the plants. Then, of course, the company became very big, and they need an accommodation for all the clients coming from all over the world. And they started to create a resort with 18 rooms. Well, I would say they started to create a bed and breakfast, but then, I mean, the project became a dream, and now Donna Carmela has 26 rooms divided in 9 categories. And they are created some particular rooms called lodges, which are bioarchitecture lodges. They are created with natural materials. They are created with completely recycled materials. And this is the view from the top of Donna Carmela. As you can see out here, we got the lodges. This is the main building and the pool. I'm going to show you 2 presentations. So I'm going to show you the Donna Carmela of today, but I would like to talk about also, I would like to talk about the Donna Carmela of tomorrow, because the projects are very important here at Donna Carmela, because at the moment we are renovating some rooms. So we are creating the top suites room, and starting from next year, we are going to create another pool. So, but I will talk about that later on, so you have the chance to understand better the project of Donna Carmela. These are some examples of interior design when the Donna Carmela project was created. So the main focus was to create a home far from home. So when you enter at the reception, then you can see that you are not entering the real resort, but you are entering in a Sicilian home. So you can see the living area with sofa. You can really see and feel the atmosphere of a home. These are some details of rooms and particularly interior design that you can find inside the resort. Here we got the reception and details of our rooms. And these are the best sellers room, so the bioarchitecture lodges. We are in a very particular position. From Donna Carmela, you can see the Etna, so both the Etna and the sea. The closest beach of Donna Carmela is far 1 kilometer. It's 1 kilometer far from Donna Carmela. And these are some details of the bioarchitecture lodges. So they are created with natural materials, they are sustainable, they are totally zero impact, and especially renewable energy. As you can see, we are inside the plantation. So the particular thing of Donna Carmela that we are a resort inside a plantation. So we are totally immersed in nature. So this is our main focus, and we really want to always to talk about the most important concept of Donna Carmela and philosophy, which is the natural. So really people can feel the energy of the nature. And for example, the lodges are totally immersed in the tropical in a tropical garden. So you can really see the different area of the lodges that are immersed in a tropical atmosphere, and then the rest of the resort, which is surrounded by Mediterranean plants. These are other examples and pictures of the lodges. As you can see, it's totally surrounded by the tropical plants. We have got 2 restaurants and 1 bar. Our main restaurant is La Cucina di Donna Carmela. We have got a picture of the garden because all our ingredients are coming from our garden. And these are the hands of our executive chef, Pier Giorgio Lecci. He comes from Catania, and here we got some dishes created by our chef. La Cucina di Donna Carmela is open for dinner, and the dinner is served in our olive trees garden. This is the garden where we serve the dinner. We got the picture also of our wine, which is Pietradolce wines. The company Piantefaro is the owner also of Pietradolce winery, which is up to the Etna. People coming from Donna Carmela, they can really receive from us a full packages, because once they come at Donna Carmela, we are able to organize every single kind of experience. So winery in our winery up to the Etna in Solicchiata. Then we have got Radice Pura, which is a botanical garden. So we are able to include in the package also this kind of experience. And of course, we organize different kinds of excursion by boat, by sailing boat, great experience surrounding the Etna by helicopter. This is the other restaurant, the typical Sicilian one, just next to the pool, and the name is Synthesy. The Synthesy restaurant is open both for lunch and for dinner. And then we have got our Riso Bar, which is open from 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's open all for all the rest of the day. It's so the Riso Bar was created to have an indoor bar, but outside, so that's why we really created so it's all surrounded by plants, the tropical plants of the company Piantefaro. And we have got, at the moment, we have got the wellness room and the gym. The wellness room, where we organize a different kind of treatment. And of course, we have our gym, which is free of charge for our guests. At the moment, we have just the wellness room, because next year we are going to start the works for the new spa. Of course, the messages especially was a very requested service. So that's why at the moment we just create the wellness room, but next year we are going to have a very, very big project for create a new spa. And this is a little explanation about the location, so where we are. As you can see, we are located in Sicily, and Donna Carmela is totally in the center between the Etna and the Ionian Sea, and between Taormina and Catania Airport. Catania Airport is just around 44 kilometers, and the Etna just 29 kilometers. People want to choose Donna Carmela because we are in a very great position. So once people are at Donna Carmela, they are able to move everywhere in Sicily. I mean, especially in the east coast. So, for example, in Taormina, in Cireale, and Syracuse. And we used to collaborate with Therasia, because people, when they come at Donna Carmela, so when they come in Sicily in general, they stop in Donna Carmela for some days, and then they go to Therasia and enjoy the rest of the stay. So this is, thank you for the first part, but then I would like to show you the project of Donna Carmela. So the next step that we are going to do next year.
44 kilometers. How far? How much time from the airport to?
It's around 30 minutes by car.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I say sorry in advance because I mean this is the presentation that we create together with the architecture. He's going to make the works at Donna Carmela, so it will be in Italian, but it should be very useful for you because thanks to the pictures and the full plan, you will understand better. You understand more when I say Donna Carmela is really growing up. So as first of all, this year we change the logo. So here we got the new logo of Donna Carmela, so Donna Carmela Resort and Lodges. So this is of course the Donna Carmela of today, and you've got the presentation. This our riso bar, la cucina di Donna Carmela restaurant, the view from the top of the resort. It's our indoor restaurant, the living area, and the synthesis. Of course, I forgot to say that we have our winery inside the resort, so people can choose the wine for the dinner at the resort. Here we got some pictures of the rooms, but some of this room, at the moment they are totally destroyed because we are doing the new one, the new top suite. And so this is the identity of Donna Carmela, very, very close to the nature. And here, starting from here, we are going to see some interior design and part of the new project and of the new suite. So there will be a mix of art, of Sicilian details, and especially of the natural materials. This will, starting from now, this will be our main focus. We want to be the first resort in Sicily that will be a bio resort. Something from the floor. This is a rock coming from Modica. So this one is a Sicilian materials. So we are going also to use local materials. So doesn't work, just a second. Okay, here we are. So that's the Donna Carmela, the view of Donna Carmela from the top. That's all the main building, the pool, and all the lodges. At the moment, the garden is here. It's all here, but starting from the 2022, this will be the new Donna Carmela. Here we got the old building, of course, the pool, the lodges, but here we will have a new pool with a new restaurant. So Donna Carmela will have 3 restaurants and 2 bars, and we will have new rooms, so new suite with private pool. This is why, I mean, I wanted first to show you the Donna Carmela of today and the Donna Carmela of tomorrow, because really the owner believe in the project of Donna Carmela, and they're putting, despite the situation of the virus, a lot of money to create a great resort, the first resort in Sicily, which will be a bio one. This will be the new garden, so more space, for more ingredients for our chef, the 2 paddle camp and the tennis camp as well. Here we got some technical floor plan, but I want to go straight on to the top suite. I promise that once everything will be ready, I will share with Tracy the new pictures, so you will really understand better what's going on here at Donna Carmela starting from this year. So these are little details of the top suite, the materials also used for the bedroom. And that's the bathroom. Once I will have the pictures of the new room, because this is like a rendering, I will have the chance to talk better about the new suite. These are all the details and the concept of the rooms. I want to go straight on to the top suite because they will have two amazing private jacuzzi. And okay, here we are. This is will be the jacuzzi exclusive suite. It has two different bedrooms, one living area, one bedroom, one big bathroom, and here outside there is 140 square meters of terrace with private jacuzzi. And here we have got the project. So at the moment, what I'm able to share with you is just the rendering, but this is what our guests we are going to live and experience at Donna Carmela. This will be the jacuzzi, the sunbed, and a private terrace. And we are going to organize private dinner in this terrace for our VIP guests, let's say. So these are the full plan of some rooms, which are not top suite. And I go straight on to the top suite, so to the jacuzzi grand suite. We are going to renovate another part of the resort. So these are the project of the other part of the resort, but these works will start the next year. And this is the project of the Grand Suite. These are all the interior design and materials that we are going to use. So of course, natural materials, wood, Etna rock, to iron. And here we got the full plan of the top suite. The top suite has 3 different bedrooms with 3 different bathrooms and 1 common living area. So just in case, I mean, all the people say in the rooms they can close the door and they can get their own privacy. This room is the highest rooms of the resort and it's facing both the sea and the Etna. And as you can see here, we are in the first floor. This room will be the only one that has a big private terrace. And I'll show you the project of the terrace as well. So this is top suite, this is the grand suite, and so walking through this corridor, you get in the private jacuzzi and the private terrace. So as we can see, it's very, very big, this terrace. It's possible to organize private dinner as well. And this is, you can get to this suite, so just doing these stairs. Just under the terrace, there is the reception. So in case there is something, I mean, the reception is very close to the room. And then, I mean, another project would be the entrance of Donna Carmela. At the moment, the entrance of Donna Carmela is like that. So here you got the stairs to get into the big top suite and the terrace. But we are going to have a unique entrance with the help of the plants. So of course, I have just the rendering at the moment, but because people are working on it, and in May everything will be ready to organize a great shooting to share with all of you. So, and that's for the moment. I mean, it's all about the project of Donna Carmela, and so of course it will be for us the first years working with the American clients, but we are trying, thanks also to the help of Tracy, to start this work, so also to make the rooms much comfortable as possible, especially for American people that love the space. That's why, I mean, the entry level of our superior room is 30 square meters. So, and then all the rest of the rooms are bigger and bigger. So I just interrupt the share.
Thanks, Sharon. I love the colors of the new project. Is there a timeline? Do you know when?
Yeah, so it will be May. Everything will be, well, must be ready in May, because we start to have the first reservation from local people. But in May, the top suite will be ready. So we will open on the 2nd of April for the rest of the resort. But I mean, we have to wait until May to get all the interior decors.
Okay. Thank you. Anne-Marie had a question. She asked about the what would a minimum stay be? You know, what would you suggest for a minimum stay? I could answer, but I think you would answer much.
Yeah, I mean, regarding the top suite?
No, just in general, what would you say would be a minimum stay at Donna Carmela?
Well, at the moment, we just have got the minimum stay in August, but for the rest of the year, we do not have any minimum stay. Probably what we are going to have is the minimum stay of 2 nights for the top suite. But first, we want to see how, I mean, it's a new room, so we have to see how will be the sales of the suite.
Right, right. I think she was actually asking what you would recommend as a minimum stay, just in general, for a client. I would say minimum 2 to 3 nights, depending on what they want to do. They, you know, because you are so close to Taormina, you're close to Syracuse, so a trip to Mount Etna for 1 day. So depending on what they want to do.
Yeah, well, the minimum length stay at Donna Carmela could be also 5 nights, because as I told you during the presentation, the guests choose Donna Carmela because we are totally in the center. So they use Donna Carmela as you know, main accommodation, but then they can move I mean everywhere in the east part of Donna Carmela, of Sicily, sorry, because if we think that Syracuse is just 1 hour driving, I mean if you leave Donna Carmela at 10 in the morning and then you get there at 11, you can spend all the day in Syracuse in our, I mean, lovely sandy beach. So really, yes, people can spend, they can enjoy even 5 nights staying at Donna Carmela, because then I have to say that we are also good to get a relation with our guests, and we are able to organize the entire stay. So people that comes at Donna Carmela, so the most particular and attentive things of Donna Carmela is the human touch that we have with our guests. So I always like to say that, because really people fell in love with the people at the reception, so the guest relation are so attentive to the guest, and they, I mean, they are always in contact with the guest. That's why we have a WhatsApp number for exclusive use of our guests. So in case they need everything, I mean, we are always in touch with them.
Renovations, are you be adding rooms, or it's just renovating all of the old rooms?
Yes, so we are renovating exactly, so around 5 old rooms. The rest of the rooms will be done next year.
So you're not adding any rooms? There's no addition to the room.
Exactly. This, we are going to add the other rooms with the new top suite, so the other top suite with private pool, but it will be not this year, it will be next year, when we are going to
22.
to the new pool, the bigger one.
Right, in 20. And how many rooms will that be then? What will your capacity be?
Other 8 rooms. At the moment, we have in project other 8 rooms.
Another additional. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I want to thank Sharon for
Thank you.
for a current and future look at Donna Carmela.
And once I have, I mean, the new, I'm going to, starting from now, I'm going to organize the new shooting. So I will share with all of you, I mean, a completed presentation and details one with the new top suite and the new works.
Perfect.
Completed.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Thank you.